This episode is sponsored by City Theater. City Theater, providing bold new plays on the south side of Pittsburgh. They have parking available, accessible performances, including pay what you want performances, and you can find them at citytheatercompany.org. Here's what they have coming up for the 2025-2026 season. First up, we have a national new play network rolling world premiere, Another Kind of Silence by L.M. Feldman, directed by Kim Wield. That is running September 20th through October 12th. Then we have Louisa May Alcott's Little Women by Ryan Gunderson, directed by Kaja Dune, November 15th through December 7th. After that, Malcolm X and Red Fox Washing Dishes at Jimmy's Chicken Shack in Harlem by Jonathan Norton, directed by Dexter J. Singleton. That's at January 17th through February 8th. And then Eureka Day by Jonathan Spector, directed by Aldi Mansour, March 7th through the 29th. This one I'm so excited for, the special event, Second City, Laugh Harder, Not Smarter, from April 9th through the 18th of 2026. It is a celebration of legendary American comedy 65 years in the making, featuring a hilarious array of classic sketch comedy and songs from the company's rich history, fresh new favorites, as well as the signature brand of irreverent improv that Second City is famous for. I love improv. I cannot wait for this to come. Last but certainly not least is Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Text by John Cameron Mitchell. Music and lyrics by Stephen Trask. Directed by Robert Ramirez. May 2nd through June 7th. Everyone, mark your calendars and head to citytheater.org. Grab your tickets because I'm sure they're going to be going fast. I'm recording this podcast episode after having just the most beautiful experience. And like most things when I talk, I don't realize what the theme of what I was saying until the very, very end. I don't know if anybody can kind of resonate with that. But I wanted to share that I've been trying to do these weekend recaps when I remember to do them on the podcast. And so this is probably going to be a 2-part podcast episode. But I think what I want to talk about is stepping all in and really finding your voice after loss, which is a big part of what I do, right? Like finding your fullest expression, finding your fullest voice. And I wanted to share that last weekend we hosted my nephew and my niece at our house. And we wanted to do, we've been watching Harry Potter for the past year and some. And we had just the last 2-part movies left. And we wanted to do it up right. We wanted to do it as more of an immersive experience, because anybody that works with me, anybody that knows me, essentially, I will talk about immersive theater all day long. I'm obsessed with it. And I like creating immersive experiences for individuals, for clients, and healing work, and all of the work, and play work, and all of it. And so it wasn't just going to be about watching the movie. It was stepping into the space that we can fully be present and fully mark it as a moment in time of remembering. We wanted to do something special. So we bought these floating candles that are activated by a wand, and we hung them in the dining room. We set up the mini train set that I made with the whole, I created this whole like landscape for a mini train set last year. That was so fun. We set that up. We did, Christmas lights. It's way early for Christmas, right? It's not even Thanksgiving. We said, F it, we're going to do Christmas lights. And then we hung witches' hats. We did a centerpiece with pumpkins, with like the glasses. We did candles. We did all of these things to like prepare the space to step into it. And then allowed it to unfold And I love this. It's so cute, but I'm big into letter writing. I'm big into wax seals and things like that. So I wrote each of the kids a letter and that they got with their names on it when they stepped through the door, and they had to open it, and it basically said in so many words, "Welcome to the Mazzoni School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Please surrender your cell phones to the nearest teacher and await your class schedule." And they did. They fully stepped in. And they did so happily because they were so excited. It wasn't like, "Oh, give me your cell phone." It was like, "Oh, we're playing, and this is a space I can step away from this." And so we had all kinds of classes. We had divination class where we pulled a tarot card. We had arts and crafts where we made candles, potions, we called it, like different potion class. We had gym, which anybody that has taken one of my yoga classes has heard me talk about. I'm extremely passionate about proper ways to build strength and power within ourselves as we rise, right? And I'm a nerd about it, and I happen to have knowledge of, after studying after a car accident, that helps my students build power, that helps them build a stronger back, that helps them build strength in a way that doesn't set them back, but it actually keeps them and helps them move forward. And I'm watching my nephew show me a push-up that the school is teaching him how to do, and I'm like, oh, hell no. And so we taught them how to do proper push-ups, like how to do it safely in a way that's not fast, more controlled, with like different prompts, and body awareness and body positivity and body love and appreciation. So we did that. And then we had a field trip, and then we had cooking class. Like, it was so full. We also had improv. Like, we did improv. Phil and I acted out. We did a recap of the last movie for them because it's been so long. But not only did we do a recap, we actually acted out the entire movie in less than 5 minutes. We told them that we were going to act out the entire movie in less than 5 minutes, which we did. And it was so funny. Like, it was just the best. And then we invited them to play with us, and we did improv scenes based on that. And it was so magical. It was so, so magical. And I think they're going to remember it for such a long time. And for me, you know, the thing that I got out of it the most is that we were hanging these floating candles, and Phil was kind of being a little bit of a grump about it, which is fun. He's like, "This better not ruin my ceilings," you know, like typical guy stuff. And he was so cute because he looks at me and he's like, "You know, what are we even doing this for? Like, why are we even doing this? They're going to take one look at this and they're going to say, that's cool. And then they're going to be distracted and move on to something else. That's not going to even matter." And I turned and I looked at him and I said, "Well, it matters because it matters to me. This is for us just as much as it is for them. This is for us, for the ability to step in and play, to create a world for them as something they can remember, to actually go big, like go bigger than what they expected. Not that they expected anything at all. They were just expecting that we were going to watch a movie. No, we surprised them by like doing something because we truly wanted to do it, not because they were expecting it. And for me, that's like a big thing for me. I am actually terrible about remembering birthdays. I don't know if anybody listening to this like is also terrible at remembering birthdays. I'm really bad at it. Like, I'm bad with dates, to be honest. I'm not great at it. I'm not. And that's okay. I love that part of myself. It's okay. And I am also someone that is generous with, if I am thinking about anyone at any given time, maybe I will reach out to them and check in on them and see how they're doing today and sending them love and celebrating them all year long. Their accomplishments, their joys, that whatever they're going through, not on a single day of the year. Even though I do that too, but I don't expect it, right? Like I don't expect it. Like if someone forgets my birthday, like unless it's like my mom or my brother because they know it, by heart. But if someone forgets it, it doesn't bother me because I don't expect it. They pop in whenever they think of me. They shower love whenever they think of me. And this had that tone to it. So I guess what I wanted to talk about today was for years. Disappointment, oh my God, it hurt bad for a very long time. And it's very funny as I'm saying these words. Sometimes I don't realize until I speak something that I have upgraded to or healed or expanded upon in myself. But I used to get utterly disappointed when my husband would, I would almost push him in the past to find a friend group or hobby or something like that. And then once he finally got interested in something, naming it improv would be the thing, which I always talk about improv. It's changed our lives. Once he really stepped into it and started actually going out and started having friend groups, a part of me recoiled and was so disappointed. Even though I wanted it for him, I wasn't used to him choosing that. I wasn't used to that, and it was this very cool understanding of being left behind in myself, which is something that I've been working with. But this idea of disappointment that has been so prevalent and very painful. It's a very painful feeling. And I must say, working with it, it naturally has worked its way out in a way where I realize that I own my own power now. Yes, I will say that's the thing. Like, I own my own power in a way where I know I'm able to handle disappointment. And this is huge because if we cannot hold disappointment, we never go after our dreams. We never go after something bigger than ourselves. We never make that creative art project we were thinking about. We never access our gifts. We never go all in if we don't or think we cannot handle the disappointment of it. And we can. It's a muscle. It is a muscle. And it is truly, for me, the thing that has broken through is that I have the power to sit with it. I have the power to sit with it. I can feel it. I can move it through my body. I can literally use my own unique method that I've created to move with it and move it through my body and express itself. And then it doesn't have power over me anymore. I know that I will be okay. I know that will ease in time, and I can tell you, for anybody listening, that it does. It does ease that pain of disappointment. And it's debilitating. I remember it well, and I still have it in certain aspects of my life that I'm still working on. And it doesn't hold as much power over me. Wow, isn't this interesting? I really didn't think this conversation was going to head in this direction. I really just wanted to tell you about my weekend. I was just really excited to tell you about the Mazzoni School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Uh, didn't think that it would teeter off into speaking on disappointment and playing small and going big in our lives, but that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That and I have realized personally, like in my own magic, that is a big part of what I share and why I share. I share this to learn myself, to learn more about myself, and I share this so that someone out there finds it useful, that doesn't feel so alone after loss, right? Like that is like rebuilding themselves in the fullest expression of themselves and is trying to come alive again. And hopefully this provides some hope and joy and clarity and tears and laughter and all of that. Yeah. Okay. That is it. That's it for now. That's it, Fort Pitt, for now. That is what I wanted to share. And I'm going to leave you with, if any of you are listening to this and you have held yourself back from, ooh, this is the last part I want to share. Yes, okay. I was talking to my friend just recently, and she said she wanted to create art as gifts for Christmas. But she was holding herself back from doing so. She was holding herself back. And I asked her, like, what do you think is the reason you're holding yourself back? She goes, I don't know. Like they're gonna, I don't know. Maybe it's too much of an undertaking, too much of this, too much of that. And I said, is it really that you think that they will be disappointed with it or that they will make fun of it? And she said, yes. And so I proceeded to tell her the story of how I am that person. Like, I have made mugs for my entire family and friends. I took a pottery class. They have been subject to all of my creations over the years. The scarves I got when I got into knitting, the pottery, the art that they still happens, all of it. And I have totally been made fun of for it. I'll never forget my brother was like, "You really? Like, what am I supposed to, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen, this mug, and it hurts. And people don't realize how deeply it hurts, especially if you are putting yourself out there and being vulnerable. Because it is vulnerable to share your art. It is vulnerable to go big. It is vulnerable to give a piece of yourself to someone else in a culture that expects something bought from Amazon. It's very vulnerable. And two things. Number one, I actually think he loved it. That was like poking fun, right? I think he actually loved that I took the time to create something with my bare hands and thought of him and picked colors and, like all of this. And same with all of them. I think he secretly loved it, but didn't even know how to receive it. That's number one. Number two, I think it's also really threatening to people when you give them a creation of yours. I think partly it makes them feel bad that they haven't created something, this like reciprocity that needs to happen, that they got you a gift from Barnes and Noble and you gave them something that you created, and somehow it kicks up this unworthiness within them of not being creative themselves. I think that is a part of it. Number three, I looked at my friend and I said, truly, you are doing this for you. And you have to remember that. You are creating this for you. You are going all out for you. We created the Mazzoni School of Witchcraft and Wizardry for us. We put floating candles for us. We made letters for us. We did all the games and the things and the field trips and all the language and the everything for us. And if the kids wouldn't have liked it, if they would have made fun of it, if they would have turned it away, that wouldn't change how I felt about doing it. Because I can be proud that I went all in, that I went for it. I didn't play small. I opened my heart. I gave a piece of myself. And isn't that like the beautiful thing? Like, isn't that it? And so I sat with her talking, and I was like, yeah, do it for you. Give them a piece of your soul for you. A piece of your art is a piece of your soul. It's very vulnerable. And she goes, yeah, this is for me. I am going to do it. I said, yeah, you are able, and you can handle the disappointment if they don't like it. But please don't let that stop you from expressing your fullest self. So that's how I want to end this. Be brave. Put yourself out there, especially with the holiday season coming. If there's something that you want to create for someone, like a different way of giving a gift, right? Like something different. Something in the inkling in the back of your mind that somebody might be into that's not store-bought. Go for it. Take the chance. Risk it. Be bold. Be brave. Go first. Because you are able to handle disappointment and you are meant for great things. We are all rising together. Thank you so much for being here. And I will talk to you soon. Keep it moving, everybody.